All right. What's going on, everybody? We've got ourselves a big series here between the two best friends playing in the American Open server qualifier. So anyone in the world can play this. A mixture of people from all over are playing in this one for Katowice. So Katowice has been announced as a $500,000 tournament, but not the World Championship this year. We've got HARSTEM in the bottom left playing for Shopify Rebellion. He's in Canada right now, so they are playing this on the US servers up against Team Liquid's ELAZER, playing from Poland. So HARSTEM's going to have a small ping advantage, and HARSTEM in general is a monster recently. I mean, this man had a very close series with Clem over at Home Story Cup. Very well could have found himself all the way through to the semis and maybe finals if we saw HARSTEM just play a tiny bit better. He's been looking so strong. I've seen him take down guys like Rainer in the last few months and a bunch of other top tier players. So he's quite scary. On the other hand, it's ELAZER. And ELAZER is always knocking at the door of the greats of Europe. He's always just behind and occasionally having those performances where he pops up and gets to the finals against guys like Cyril, Rainer, and Clem. Very capable of holding his own. I also think of ELAZER as a EVP sniper, but they're also good friends. Like, these guys hang out a lot. They travel together. They've been competing at events for the last 7-8 years. I think ELAZER came onto the scene 2015. HARSTEM had already been around for a few years before that. So the big thing you got to wonder is ELAZER's very logical. If he gets a read on what the Protoss is doing, he has sharp builds that counter it. If he thinks it's a greedy game, he'll go to 90, 95 drones, get way ahead, and then really kind of overwhelm you in the later game. On the other hand, if he thinks you're going to be too greedy, and he might go for a very fierce timing attack where he 100% commits to kill you. The thing is, because of that, ELAZER is prone to being tricked. How much HARSTEM will play into this remains to be seen, but I've definitely seen ELAZER get tricked by very clever Protoss players that kind of understand how to funnel ELAZER in a certain direction, force him to react or act a certain way, and then they take advantage of that. Adept's dancing around there, trying to shade out to the left. Ooh. Queen's doing what damage they can. Second gate's on the way as well as an Oracle. It's going to be a quick third base. Now that's an interesting pylon placement right in the mineral line. It's not really creating a choke point, but it is hard, of course, for the enemy to take out with, say, Zerglings or anything like that. So it's a very safe pylon placement. And I guess it creates a choke point down here, actually, doesn't it? So not too bad. That Overlord for ELAZER well placed, though. It sees everything HARSTEM's doing, and HARSTEM has no idea about it. Oracle's coming in on that third. ELAZER's slightly out of position. Polish Gambit is something ELAZER's famous for, which is skipping Spore Crawlers, but he hasn't opted for it this game. He's got one in the natural. It's about to finish one in the main, already finished. And he's got a few queens over here as well. Does need at least a third queen to deal with two Oracles. Forge and Twilight on the way, as well as that third and fourth gas finishing. HARSTEM very economy focused in game one. It's kind of weird. I haven't been casting as much live StarCraft recently, so I'm kind of excited. I'm like, there's part of me that's like, oh, I wonder what happens in this series. I haven't seen the result. And then I'm like, nope, it's playing live. I actually have no idea the result because it hasn't happened yet for once, rather than me trying to hide the information from myself and not get spoiled. Evo Chamber's on the way there, and ELAZER's on, what, 7 queens. Evo coming up. Good creep spread for him. He's going to move drone to the right side, right on top of that flower. GG flower. The flower withers and dies there as the hatchery goes down. I never actually noticed that graphic before. Damn, I gotta pay attention to that. It actually turns kind of black and breaks into little pieces and fades away like a vampire or something. Charge is on the way. Ooh, HARSTEM's playing charge. I like it. I like it. He's going to go charge Archon, which is fantastic against a dude that's playing Zergling upgrades. The question is, does ELAZER go straight Hydras? Because his lairs only just started. If he does go Hydras, they're going to be incredibly late in this game. I think if you skip Roachhorn entirely as ELAZER, you're playing a dangerous game, a very greedy, risky game. Oracles get pushed back by those queens. And there we go. Roachhorn does go down, so he's adding some modicum of safety. Just a smidge. Fourth hatchery is already almost finished. How crazy do these players go on the grid? I mean, HARSTEM's getting some Archons out. We should see a Prism start up momentarily. He's not quite got 250 minerals. He's... Oh, actually, wait. The Prism's already out. Never mind. Oh, he might try to morph an Archon on the front as well, then. Actually, Archon goes back to the third. I guess he somehow expected these Zerglings. Whoa, HARSTEM, what's up? HARSTEM does have some Zerglings run in. They're going to kill a pylon. No, battery overcharge defends. Archon does shoo those units away. High Templar trying to morph in on the front. If you attack that, the Oracles will ruin you. ELAZER, this is not a good move, mate. ELAZER trying to kill that Archon is super greedy. He loses so many Zerglings for it. 32 units for none. He's going to go back in on that base. There is no cannon there. Just a few gateways going down to try to wall off that mineral line. They'll fall very quickly. The Archon Zealot on the front running into a mass of Queens. 13 Roaches are building on the defense. They're not up just yet. Battery is defending the mineral line very well, though. Roaches popping out are getting taken down. Another Archon runs in, but it's running in from the left. And as the Roaches come out, you've got to get out of here, HARSTEM. HARSTEM's overcommitted. That Archon on the left will hopefully make it home. The Archon on the right will... It's very low. Oh, he saves it. Loses all of its shields. He gets in the yellow hit points, but it does fall back. It's time for HARSTEM to fall away and look to secure a fourth base. Zerglings denying that attempt right now. Baneling Nest starts up as well as +2 melee for ELAZER. Ravagerling Bane is not my favorite composition. It's a short-term army. It's good defensively, but I think with where this game's gone, HARSTEM easily gets a fourth base up now. Assuming he chooses to take it, which he hasn't done yet. He should be able to go up to Hive Tech ELAZER to counter that, but HARSTEM might be realizing I don't need to rush it. ELAZER's a guy who likes to sit on their tech. I can chill, just get up the right tech, play a very safe game. This fourth feels so slow. Just for how much they supercharge their economy in the start. You might think, oh, 7 minutes 40, it's not that late, but I just look at where the economy is of ELAZER, and I gotta say, 81 drones, 84 drones now. Oracles are gonna get a few of them. 4 workers, not bad. But there's a 5th up, you know? There's Baneling speed on the way. There's a massive economy for ELAZER. ELAZER's going to throw the kitchen sink at HARSTEM. I do like that he's got a cannon here, a few batteries and cannons defending this base. I don't see a kill timing for him. He's just going to make Storm. He's on 9 gates and work his way towards securing this fourth base, which is a good call. Some stasis traps across these areas would also back up his position quite well. No sign of an infestation pit for ELAZER. As I said, guys, ELAZER needs to get a move on. He's already maxed out. He's got a massive economy. If he doesn't start trading soon, HARSTEM's going to get up all the tools he needs. Storm, Archons, and he's going to start trading crazy efficiently. He's also got Zealot backstabs ready and Archon drop ready on the right side, which, careful HARSTEM. Sees a spore and a few queens and does back off from that. Oracle's tagging the army. HARSTEM realizes what's up. He's only got 4 High Templar gathering energy. But even 4 High Templar with energy, mixed with cannon battery, can be nice. The Zealots do get prompted to go in pretty early. ELAZER transferring workers to the left side. At the same time, he's trying to poke in the front. He's trying to bile down these Oracles. He gets both of them! Oh, that's unfortunate. Luckily for HARSTEM, he is doing big economy damage on the other side. There are 6 High Templar now gathered. That seems pretty darn solid. ELAZER losing a few workers. The Zerglings will eventually clean this up. +2 melee about to kick in. They are, of course, getting 2-shot by the Zealots that have +1 for now. More Zealots go out the left side, but the Overlord will see it. ELAZER building more drones, +1 range as well. If he can get rid of this fourth base, he'll be able to just stay lair tech all game and just slowly overwhelm and drown out HARSTEM with the economy advantage. But HARSTEM's doing a good job of sneaking Zealots around the right. The Zealots on the left get surrounded. Army tries to come in here. The Archons, the Immortals doing well. Oh, we just got the High Templar! 6 High Templar just died on that ramp from the Banelings, guys! Oh, I don't even know if that was on purpose or not by ELAZER, but he stumbles into those High Templar and says, oh yes, please, and smashes them. That's all the Storm energy he was building up this whole time, gone, just like that. And now he's making more High Templar. He's only got 1 High Templar with a Storm available. HARSTEM just did a big doo-doo, and that's costing him big time. He's down about 50 supply. Mass Baneling on the left is going to roll forward. There's 3 cannons. They could stop this if he runs the probes immediately. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. The probes need to spread left. He needs to spread left. He's going to make a sentry. I think that's a really good call, warping in a sentry there. You can kind of force field these Banelings, and they do get stopped after just killing a few buildings. Nicely done by HARSTEM. He's going to try and rotate back to the right. That fourth base is in jeopardy. Storm should be coming up on all of his High Templar, but he's not in front of the base, which means the probe line is taking damage. Banelings running forward. The High Templar are in trouble. And this is what I'm talking about. He's having a Storm just to stop the Banelings getting towards his High Templar. He's losing so many probes. High Templar getting jumped on by Zerglings as well. There's no Archons or anything to defend these High Templar. Immortals not good versus Zerglings. The Immortals trying to hang on. Tries to shuffle that Archon out of bile range, but it does end up taking the hits anyway. These Immortals in the open starting to get focused down. ELAZER taking some very juicy trades in that early economy build up into this trade, killing a lot of HARSTEM's important units. And now ELAZER feels great. He's got a Hive on the way behind this, but he's already done the damage. He honestly should be able to remax on Ravagerling Bane and I think kill HARSTEM with the next wave. HARSTEM is not even making High Templar. He's just gathering everything for a counterattack up through the guts in the middle. I don't know if that's going to work out, mate. He's going to try and do it nonetheless. Without making more High Templar, that means no Storm to back you up. He's morphing everything into Archons, rallying them through the middle. Archon Zealots derping in, getting surrounded by Zerglings on the right side. The Roach Ravager does get caught here. The Archon Immortal, sorry, getting caught by the Roach Ravager. Saves one Immortal, but the Archon's getting overrun, and that is a juicy fight. Mass Roach Ravager going to be all you need when the Protoss numbers are so light. And that's basically GG. If you try to counterattack like that and that army gets wiped, you're done for. ELAZER's too good. He won't really be giving HARSTEM a chance to get back in this game. I don't like to call it too early, but he would have needed to immediately remake High Templar and start gathering Storm energy. He didn't do that, which means no Psy Storm, and ELAZER can trade with him at will. Oh, okay. Roach Ravager, Ling Bane trying to gather forward. What have we got on the right? A couple of Zerglings. Get him, Immortal. Get him, boy! So it's getting swarmed. Hive's finished. Now, ELAZER hasn't used it for anything. Arguably, he doesn't need to with how ahead he is in this game, but I definitely want to see Adrenal Glands. I wouldn't mind a few Vipers as well, just because, you know, if you can abduct a few Archons or Immortals away, it's fantastic. Even though there are High Templar, which is technically the answer, and +3 melee and Adrenal does go in. ELAZER's waiting for that next big opportunity. He's only on 72 drones. It's not the biggest economy. HARSTEM's going to keep trying to hit him with Zealot run-bys. He's got a good little ball of Archon Immortal Storm where, you know, looks like a Zealot ran in and just set off like 5 Banelings. Another Zealot goes in, sets off another 3 or 4 Banelings. It's you got to be careful as ELAZER. Another Zealot sets off 3 Banelings and survives. You got to be careful, ELAZER. You do have to take a trade. You got to do it soon. It's not maxed out right now. HARSTEM's army, if it's a simple situation in one direction, will crush ELAZER's army. But that's if it's a simple situation. ELAZER knows better than to just headbutt up into a choke point. He knows to spread out and attack multiple angles. Few Archons and High Templar starting to gather energy here. It's going to be a good 20 seconds till they get Storm. Zealots warping in the main, but they're not actually aggroing onto the Hive, so not the best drop for HARSTEM. He's just going to save those Zealots, go back to the corner. Buying himself time, though. He's got Plasma Shields as well, +3 attack stun. Start to worry that ELAZER, with such a late Greatest Biotech, like it's not even started, this Spire is not done, he's giving HARSTEM time to max out, and this feels unnecessary with how much momentum he had. Oh, a ton of Banelings just walk into the army and die. So many Banelings have died this game. The units lost tab is 4,000 resources in favor of HARSTEM. He's got a decent Zealot Archon army on the right. He needs to push on the left and try to force ELAZER's main force there, and then the Zealot Archon might be able to do okay. Then the Zealots and the Banelings running side by side for a moment. Zealot drop in the main does get deflected, but HARSTEM saves most of the units. High Templar going into the spines. Be careful, he's deep on creep. Archon Immortal can kill these spines pretty quickly. Storm in the mineral line would be pretty nice. 1 or 2 storms there, watch out. Oh, watch out, HARSTEM. He's going to try and pull those High Templar back. Banelings on creep are very scary. They get right on top of those High Templar. Okay, good force fields. Nice Storm. He's got to extricate this army if possible. Archon Zealot on the right, running into spines and roaches. Let's take out the hatchery and pulls back on the left. Very good moves here by HARSTEM. These Archons doing 47 damage a shot to biological with splash. The Zerglings do get out though. Archon Immortal Storm doing pretty good against these roaches in this corridor. High Templar. Oh, one of them does die to the corrosive bile, but Mass Zealot warping in the back, and HARSTEM's back in this game. ELAZER not quick enough on the Broodlord tech, and not decisive enough, I think, to keep on attacking with the Ravager Ling Bane. A few of those Baneling waves kind of rolling into the army, and HARSTEM fights back from the brink. GG, well played. All right, very impressive comeback. Game 1 for HARSTEM, mate. That was really well done. And just good solid holds. I do think ELAZER slipped up a little, but that's okay. He's answering with a gold base immediately. HARSTEM is only now scouting. So he's gone just full 1-gate expand. Only after building the Cybercore does he scout. Gets to the right side, sees the hatchery, and he knows, okay, you're going to go gold base. Now, normally you will double Chrono Adepts across here, harass the worker line, be as annoying as you possibly can. And of course, ELAZER will want a pretty quick Ling speed, as well as breaking these debris down so that he can get out there and start to defend that. Spread creep in that direction as well. ELAZER definitely stayed on a low tech for a while. He's known for doing that, but I think the Zealot drops and kind of run-bys started to catch him out. He lost a lot of Banelings. Remember the individual Zealots catching those Banelings in the middle, not to mention the Banelings that rolled into the Immortal Archon. He tried to roll into the third, didn't know where HARSTEM's army was, and just rolled like 15 Banelings. And so there's maybe 25 Banelings that didn't really go down for any good reason. And yeah, his army definitely got outscaled. Like, he had to trade while HARSTEM's army was still small. Didn't manage to do it, and that was a problem. HARSTEM gets 2 drones. Not too bad for an adept, but it does mean that pressure is completely over. Stargate coming up right now as well. Now, the gold base is good, but remember, it only has the maximum potential income of a normal base because it's only 6 mineral patches. They're plus 25% mining. You get 8 minerals a trip instead of 6, or 7 instead of 5, I should say. Just, I guess it's 20% rather than 25%. But yeah, you don't end up with actually more mining. You just have to build less workers to do it. Oh, he's going to get it! Dude, ELAZER's so good at these tactical little Ling Wave floods that he does. And he's building more. Oh, he's going to go for another flood on that. He's going to try and cancel it a second time. If he gets a second cancel, this is pretty good at slowing down HARSTEM. However, look at the worker count, guys. Are we going to see a queen walk? I wonder if ELAZER walks queens at some point. He's trying to spread creep. He's building so many Zerglings right now. And I think for him, he's going to wait until he sees the oracles fly out. When he sees the oracles fly out, the Lings will strike. So far, HARSTEM's being pretty patient. He's not flying out with his oracles. He's got 2 adepts and an oracle there. And he's up 10 workers. Yes, ELAZER's droning now. Well, he kind of shows his Lings. The oracles are there. Oh, HARSTEM, what are we doing, mate? Keep him in the choke point, bud. The adept's moving out to greet that. It's very crazy, but I guess with both oracles there, he's okay being a little cocky. Did he? I don't think he realized how many Lings that was. HARSTEM's unit positioning really bad right now. Okay, there we go. He does position in time to get back into the choke point. Good positioning. One adept is kind of getting surrounded. The other's doing okay. The battery will go down. Doesn't get cancelled. Gets killed. This is an adept as well. I think when you see this many Zerglings, you know ELAZER's economy is not that great. You can afford to be defensive for a little while longer. 3rd and 4th gateways coming up. Blink is already being chrono boosted. If he can now warp in 4 adepts or stalkers at a time, he should be okay. Leaving his units out front the Nexus, a little dangerous, but he's relying on reacting quickly. Very cautious play for HARSTEM here. Roach Warren's on the way, as well as a quick 4th base for ELAZER. That's usually what you want to use. Remember, these gold minerals mine out real quickly. So you want to make sure you use this to boost up your bases and get extra hatcheries earlier than normal, because it's all very expensive to build those extra hatcheries, overlords, and drones. But look at that. Nice oracle interception there. Good spore trick saves some of them. HARSTEM has to back off after just getting 2 drones. Forces a few spores as well, which does cost money. Oracle there going for the gold base, unable to find the mark. Blink is almost ready. Stalkers are still warping in. This looks to me like HARSTEM wants to push this gold base. Look at that. ELAZER's already breaking the rocks on the right side, and he's building Zerglings off 60 drones, which will keep him very safe here. That being said, Stalkers could find an Overlord. If they see that Overlord, they could kill it as well. But it repositions on the pillar quite nicely. Oracles are on the other side of the map. Don't want to fly those through the creep, mate. Very dangerous, but looks like he manages to keep them alive. Oracle's going to have to turn on their lasers to deal with these Zerglings. Nice pullback on the Reddit point. Oracle. Oh, he's trying to kill these Zerglings. Blink's not quite ready. A little bit sloppy letting the Stalkers get surrounded like that. Stalkers do force transfuses out of the Queens, but not able to batter their way through. I don't know why. When I said batter their way through, I literally heard Ali G in my head. Just kind of go, Batty boy. I don't know why. It's just, I guess I was watching some Ali G clips, some classics the other day. Just amazing that Batty boy is still stuck in my head after all these years. Stalkers chipping away, doing damage. I don't think he said Batty boy even once in those clips. And yeah, that's the line that sticks with me. Creep Tumor alive on the left. 4th Nexus goes down on the right. We've got Charge and a Robo and a Forge now all up for HARSTEM. I like that he's kind of backing out of the pressure and going, okay, I'm maintaining frontal presence, but I'm not really trying to force damage. He's kind of chill. Overlord on the gold pillar is actually really nice though, because the oracles never want to go home. And he sees, yeah, I slowed you down from droning your 4th. HARSTEM's got to feel good. He's already at 73 workers, so he can rally over to that 4th base. And he's actually well set up for it. ELAZER's got to get out of here. Oh, he almost blocked those Lings with the Stalker Blink. That would have been super cute if he was able to. 10 more drones are on the way for ELAZER. He's got melee, Hydra upgrades, and of course the Baneling Nest coming in as well. So looks like it's going to be a Hydra Bane. He built a Roach Horn for safety, made Roach Speed. Doesn't really end up using it at all. Kind of surprised he let Roach Speed finish, to be honest. I'm many gateways are we at? 4, 6, 8 gateways that we're about to be at. Storm's on the way. Immortal production starting. I like this. Going for blink pressure and then swapping into Storm, Archon, Immortal. I've always preferred the Immortal Archon style of army. So I really like that he's just kind of swapping back into that. It's a real flexible force. Infestation Pit. Halfway done. So ELAZER is thinking about Hydra Bane as more of a pressuring army for now. And he's going to try to tech up to Hive. 10 more workers are in production. As ELAZER, he's trying to force big reactions, catch openings. Gonna kill a unit in the wall, get some Zerglings in. Oh, he's got to pull these expensive units back. He gets a Sentry and an Immortal with the Lings, which I think is pretty worth. Storm's not quite ready. Lings are going to try to run into the main base. Banelings on the right side. Baneling speed nowhere near ready. He's got to split the Banelings. As long as the Banelings split, there's nowhere for these probes to go. But, oh, the Banelings! No, they're going for the Stalkers. Oh my god, actually, well, they do actually kill a lot of these units. The Stalker's taking big damage. Banelings go after the mineral line. That's massive. Lings in the main are being deflected right now. There are Zealots coming in on the gold base killing Queens. But it doesn't matter if you get overwhelmed at home. Hitting just before Storm with a slow Baneling, kind of half upgraded Hydra Zergling hodgepodge. But it doesn't matter if your army isn't that powerful. Against Protoss, it's always about finding when they are weak. It's not about you being at the strongest you can possibly be. It's always about finding that weak spot where the Protoss is just a little undefended. And that, of course, can convert to big damage. Those probes getting massacred. HARSTEM has to tap out. He was not expecting such a stiff move there. Tons of gas in the bank, but not able to get the Psy Storm up in time. All right. Let's go. We got HARSTEM in the bottom right side of the map. Getting caught out in that last one. I thought he was doing pretty good, but ELAZER in the top left manages to go in with... I mean, that's kind of a weird timing to commit to. He's building 10 drones as he's attacking. But he sensed like there was an opening there, and he was right. HARSTEM was going up to 80, 84 workers. Can't be letting him be that greedy. ELAZER sees no drone coming in, or probe, sorry, to block, so he's going to take a nice fast 16 hatch on his natural. Of course, we're going to realize, knowing HARSTEM, if he's not scouting, there's a good chance he's gone gas first. And you can see here, indeed, he has done just that. So he's gone for the gate after the gas, which allows him to immediately start mining gas. Of course, if he was being 12 pulled, it would kind of suck for HARSTEM, but on this map, 12 pull feels really bad against this super easy to wall off natural. Piggy going with TikTok hair on purpose? It's called I Need a Haircut. That's the hairstyle I have right now, guys. It's called I Need a Haircut desperately. And yeah. It's hot, it's humid, it's the middle of summertime, so my hair hits a certain length where it's like, it's pretty straight, and then it just hits a certain length where it's like, oh, it looks like it's slightly curly, but then it's like a humid day, and it's just full-on nerd fro, and I'm like, oh my god. This thing is ridiculous. Yeah, probably gonna get a haircut maybe this afternoon, actually. I don't know if the hairdresser's open on Sunday that I normally go to, though. If it is, I'll probably head down there. Eponymous said the gold minerals is actually only 5% more effective mining. Because each patch is 40% more mining. However, you've got 25% less patches. I figured it would just be 15% more, but we'll see what happens. I missed the old gold bases where mules also gathered 40% more. I forgot that was ever a thing, Chaos. I didn't even remember that. That's crazy. Damn. Gold bases were good for Terran back then. Alright, we've got a third base going down on location. Very standard build. HARSTEM is chronoing Adepts across. You don't normally see it to Adept pressure off a gas first. But I think it's a good way to try and exert your greedy build upon your opponent, where you're like, hey, guess what? You need to build more Zerglings than normal earlier. And I've been so greedy, I can afford to do this and still take a pretty quick third base behind this. Now, no third Adept building. Just going to try and keep the pressure on ELAZER's back. It's Adept just chilling, though, actually. Third Nexus at 3 minutes? Oh, my lord. So he delays the Oracle to get a 3-minute third Nexus. ELAZER hasn't seen that yet. He might have guessed it if he noticed the probe move out with his Overlord. Tries to get a Tumor Snipe. He just pulls back. Pylon building on the third. He doesn't even have a wall off up yet. Oh, this is a greedy build. I love this build order. Quick third gas. Wait a second. Why are we taking a gas so quickly? HARSTEM, are you playing a greedy Skytoss build? No. He's pulled off gases in the main. Oh, to get that quick third. Okay, interesting. Oracle's up. No safety shade, just lets the Adept run forward. Very brave. Moving out with your Oracle here would be considered a little bit crazy. Ooh. Twilight Council's on the way here. 3rd and 4th gateway coming in. What is this build? What is this? Is this just a Glaive Adept follow-up? What is this? I don't know what HARSTEM's build is. It's interesting. I like that I'm seeing some interesting stuff. He's already showing Stalkers on purpose on the 3rd to try to pretend it's a Blink Stalker opening. But it's feeling like it's a charge opening. Or Glaives or something. Oracle gets a drone. Other one comes in from behind the 3rd. Nice Oracle multi-prong. Oh, ELAZER reacts a little slow. HARSTEM gets a few more workers there. 4 more drones. Makes it 5 in total. And actually Blink comes in. Okay, so he starts Blink and then he puts workers back on gas. Does accidentally rally an extra probe there. He's got 3 workers on each gas. He's warping in Stalkers on the front. So this is a crisp Blink timing. He's going to have 4 gateways, warp gates in just a moment, guys. Right? Warp gates just finished transferring. 2 more drones do go down. So 4 gate Blink aggression. Okay. Gonna look for a 4th base snipe maybe of ELAZER's. ELAZER's down a few workers building roaches of his own. Oh, wait. He's not planning a queen walk, is he? Oh, ELAZER's going for a queen walk, guys. He's making 9 roaches right now. He's gonna do a queen walk. But HARSTEM is like blind countering this with his 4-gate non-stop Stalker production, right? He doesn't have a forge, so he can't build cannons, and he's only got 1 battery. He needs another battery, preferably as far right as possible. And he thinks he's the one who's being aggressive. Those lings may tip him off. And look at this, ELAZER's like, he was coming forward to build the hatchery. He was going to do the hatchery build, but he hides what he's doing. He does hide what he's doing, which is very good. Oh, the queens, he sees it. HARSTEM's like, hey, hold on, you naughty lad. You were trying to queen walk me, weren't you? And you should feel really good as HARSTEM, because now you're just like, okay. Hang out on the edge of creep, but do not get surrounded. Just pick off whatever we can. And this is a really good start for him. Just don't get surrounded, mate. This is really good trading, but the moment you get surrounded, it's all going to be for nothing. HARSTEM hasn't lost a unit yet. He's killed 21 of ELAZER's units. Stalker's pulling back with those oracles. Nice moves. Lair and a 4th base on the way now. ELAZER's still on 53 drones against 68 workers of Protoss. HARSTEM just needs to put his dudes onto his gas. Going to build more gateways. I wouldn't be surprised to see charge coming in. I think HARSTEM's just going to play gateway man from here. Not a bad style to play when you're this far ahead. If you're going to do that though, a fast 4th base would definitely be in the pipes. Ooh. Oh, here we go. Depth shading left. Nicely done. Good surround there by ELAZER. Shuts that down. How do you get out of this as ELAZER? Your economy sucks. Charge is on the way. Robo, Templar, Archive. So HARSTEM's going up to like a proper 3-base setup. I still feel he could have a 4th and defend it. And just win with Stalker Zealot. It would almost be easy with how far ahead he's been on the economy. Of course, he's playing a little bit more conservatively. He's still making Stalkers. That's a lot of Stalkers. 22 Stalkers is more than I'd like to see. But I think after he got killed by that counterattack on Alcyon, he's like, maybe no. Let's make sure I have a few more Stalkers for safety first and foremost. Baneling Nest is on the way. Oracle's flying around in the rear with the lasery gear. They see the Baneling Nest on the way as well, so we know it's going to be Ravagerling Bane. 10 more drones building. ELAZER's just trying to recover economy. Does he go Infestors, or is that for a quick hive? Could try to take up to Broodlords potentially, but that's a while away. Great Spire is on the way. Oh, Zealots. The Oracle's helping. The Zealots will do fine. Yes, the Zerglings kill a bunch of them, but man, Oracles obliterate Zerglings at the same time, so it's a pretty even trade, I think. Stalkers. Oh, he already used the blink. Loses a few of these Stalkers. Nice micro by ELAZER to get a few of those kills. Overseer gets taken out there. Units lost tab. No longer anywhere near perfect. Much closer to even between the two. ELAZER's up 6 workers now. He's got Baneling speed on the way. +1 melee coming in. Felt like he was sitting on 50 workers for a long time in this game, but the fact that he's traded well after the early game makes up for that a little bit. So if you're trading poorly versus Protoss and you're down on workers, that's where it becomes a lost game very quickly, but If you use your army advantage to take good trades, you can kind of turn it into an advantageous position, or at least an even position. Second Evo on the way as well for Mr. ELAZER. Stalker Storm doesn't do too well versus Ultras, and we did see Cyril, I think it was, recently played Ultras versus... Was it? I think it was actually, sorry, Rainer. Rainer versus Showtime, maybe? Played a really cool Ultra build. You get Ultras with Blinding Cloud and Fungal especially, they become god tier units. So far it's just Adrenal, +2 melee, +1 Carapace. There's 2 Immortals in the mix, so I get it is kind of scary to go for Ultras. If there's any Immortals on the field, you usually want to do it against a person who's kind of skipped Robo and played pure Gateway Man. Stalker's blink left. Oh, blinking into the Lings around. HARSTEM does a Patience there. Runs up to the Tiger, kicks it in the junk, and then wonders why things turn south for him. Archon getting surrounded by the Lings, but a lot of Zealot support saves it. Oh, good fight for HARSTEM there. Very good fight. Zerglings on their own do not do well versus a Zealot Archon. He had a few Banelings, but HARSTEM split really well. That was awesome. More Immortal Archon being built. Psystorm's finished. There are 4 High Templar in the mix with that Storm. 4th base is pretty well cemented with Cannon Battery. 5 base Zerg against 4 base Protoss, a classic scenario, but the Spire's only just started, so yeah, that's a bad fight for HARSTEM, but honestly, I feel like HARSTEM has time, whereas it's ELAZER that needs to make plays happen. I mean, even more, you could argue that's such a silly move for him to have done just then, since obviously he just needs to hang on and max out, whereas ELAZER's the one who needs to trade with him and needs to do it soon. Stalker's blinking forward. The Zerglings trying to surround the Zealots. They do end up backing off. I love this one Zealot up here who says, "Fight me, you pansies. You bloody cowards, mate." Nexus on the left gets killed. A couple Banelings will roll in. Cannons will stop it. More Stalkers warping in. I'm not too happy to be seeing Stalker warp-ins right now. These are naturally the least efficient unit HARSTEM can build right now. Yes, they're flexible. With good micro, they can almost always be efficient, but it's a big if. That's not a nut shade at HARSTEM. It's just, hey, you're playing a top Zerg. He's going to rally in from every single side, isn't he? Prism in the top. Oracle's going to tag some of this. We got some Ling Ravager around the left. Not that many Banelings with this army. There's a squad of 20 Banelings. Actually, not even 20, about 15. Whole bunch, actually 10 Banelings are on the top. Wow. Greatest Spies on the way, as well as +3 melee, +2 Carapace. I mean, it's the slowest Broodlord transition of all time for ELAZER, and it really feels like HARSTEM, if he wants to go Sky Toss, he could do it. If he wants to keep hammering with ground, he could do that as well. Zealot warping in the main, but the Queen's very well positioned. I love that choke point for those Queens to frustrate HARSTEM. HARSTEM Storms on the bottom side doing what they can. He's got a Zealot Archon army trying to break through these spines. Transfuses of the Queens tried to keep it alive, but the Archons and Stalkers will eventually push through. On the south, these Spine Crawlers going down as well. Oh, Ravager Bane is there, though. The Stalkers try to blink forward. He realizes, yeah, maybe not the best idea. Last Spine Crawler falls. There is a single Zealot in the middle line getting a lot of kills. But it looks like the army will come forth. Banelings up against the Archon. Not the best trade, but the Roaches do deal with it. Units lost tab dead even. +2 Plasma Shields and +3 Attacker on the way for HARSTEM. His Archons are getting stronger and stronger. But if he doesn't push soon, he will be in trouble. He also, I mean, he does have Blink from the early game. So he has the Peasant's answer to the Broodlord. But he doesn't have the Tempest or the Carrier transition, which is really going to force ELAZER to diversify his tech. So if you're ELAZER, you want to just survive for a few minutes. HARSTEM, you want him to trade right now if you're a HARSTEM fan. One Archon does get surrounded and killed here. The other Archon gets surrounded and killed. Man, Adrenal Zerglings aren't half bad. A few Zealots backing that up, not getting surrounded would have been massive. Great Storms, good blink back though. Oh, ELAZER's got to be careful. Oh god, massive Storms cleansing his army. Retreating with massive damage. There's a Great Aspire done, but there's no Corruptors. It's the classic scenario. As Zerg, who wants to make Broodlords, but Protoss is on his doorstep. He doesn't have time. He fears he doesn't have the safety, the room to breathe to do it, and HARSTEM's just starting to trade too well now. Now that he banked up all this Storm energy, he's got his shield upgrade, #1 in there, +2 attack on the Archons. He's doing great. Ooh! Good Baneling pullback on the left, but yeah, ELAZER's going to struggle to take this army out. There's still a Psystorm left in here. And as HARSTEM, you're wisely just pulling back. He's out of Storm! One more Storm kicks in. think it's still a pretty decent fight for HARSTEM, but as you get overrun, things can turn south. 3,000 reasons lost. Unit advantage for him. Does start saturating the gas as well as transferring workers from his other bases. His third base is still actually half mined out, so he should be transferring from that. Remember, he took this third at 8 minutes. Or 3 minutes, sorry. It's a super fast third, so it's actually mined out half of its mineral patches earlier than normal. HARSTEM hasn't quite realized he's building more probes. Oh no. Guys, this is making me think of that final HARSTEM Clem game. You know, we just kept building probes and not realizing he already had bases that were oversaturated. He was at like 95 workers, thinking he was at 75. Stalker's going to try and break the spines. Not too bad. Does lose a couple Stalkers. Oh, the High Templar. Okay. I mean, Storm should scare ELAZER back for now. Zealots in the top are warping in right now. Oracle's over there as well. Armor upgrade now starting for HARSTEM. No +3 plasma shields just yet. It's an expensive one, but he is rich. Stalkers even take down a few banelings. Zealots in the north going in one at a time like the silly boys they are. Finally, they decide to actually get some work done. They do take out the spine crawlers, but the Ling Bane gonna, of course, get some vengeance. Broodlords are morphing. HARSTEM's given ELAZER that time, something which he didn't necessarily need to do. He also hasn't started his own carrier transition, which I'm a little surprised by. I feel like HARSTEM's lacking just a tiny little bit of that killer instinct I'd like to see. He's going to have to get out of there as these Broodlords show himself. At least his High Templar are far enough back they don't get focused down. Getting rid of this creep to the south is super necessary, in fact. Where is his Observer? It's over there. Getting rid of that creep and these Overlords would be good. His base is pretty easy within striking distance of the Broodlords if they want to push forward, but he's got no Infestors to back up the only 4 Broodlords he has. So that's going to be an issue. +3 Plasma Shields is on the way. +1 armor is done. Stalkers blink forward. He sees a Broodlord. He says, why not? Trade a couple Stalkers for a Broodlord any day of the week. Storm can cleanse this whole army. ELAZER needs to give up this base and get out of there. He's got to get out. Storm all over. Oh, man, that's a lot of Storm. Now, he does use up all of his Storms. HARSTEM kills the base. He's going to have to pull back now. Let more Storm energy regenerate. A few probes go down to banelings on the south. On the top, Zerglings coming in. There is an Oracle there that's jacked up, juiced up on the energy. Oh, big storms, big storms. HARSTEM's having a storm party right now. Right now we've got a Zerg who's like a dog that doesn't like having bath time, and HARSTEM is holding him down and scrubbing behind his ears with that soapy water. ELAZER, he's howling in pain right now. He does not enjoy this. There's just too much Protoss. The upgrades are too good. The Storm, especially backing it up, is legendary. The Zealots holding that base on the left. Yes, he lost his 6th base attempt. Yes, he lost control of the mining on his 4th. Doesn't matter. The +2 Plasma Shield arc on Storm behind it. Stalker's blinking forward, and ELAZER's still mostly stuck on Ravager, Ling, Bane. HARSTEM comes out with the 2-1 victory.